Welcome to the quiet space of our community, where sleepy stories live. Maybe it's been a long day, or you just enjoy falling asleep thinking about distant space instead of counting elephants. Today we'll gently journey through the deep night to the faraway Andromeda galaxy, where billions of stars quietly shine in the darkness. You don't need to do anything now, just settle in. Allow your breath to slow, your thoughts to soften, and your body to feel light, as if gravity has loosened its grip. We'll go slowly, softly, one sleepy fact at a time, leaving everything extra outside this night. And before we begin, if these gentle journeys help you unwind and ease into evening, touch the like and subscribe to the channel. This helps others find their way here too. Like one by one, we light the little night lanterns of calm. Now get comfortable and let's begin. Andromeda is our neighbor. Andromeda is the closest big galaxy to us. She sits 2.5 million light-years from the Milky Way, and that's the farthest object you can see with just your eyes. When you look at the sky on a dark night, somewhere among the stars is a faint cloudy patch. That's a whole galaxy, our sister, glowing quietly across the vastness. Imagine the light now entering your eye started its journey before the first people appeared. Andromeda is larger than our home. She is about twice as large as the Milky Way. Inside live about 1 trillion stars. That's double what we have. That vastness soothes. There is room for giants in this universe, and they simply exist, rotate, shine. It's like meeting an older brother, bigger and stronger, but gentle and calm. Andromeda just is grand, silent, full of her own life. You can see Andromeda with your own eyes. On a dark, moonless night, far from city lights, Andromeda appears like a faint misty patch in the constellation of Andromeda. No telescopes, no gadgets needed, just darkness, patience, and quiet. Ancient Persians saw her thousands of years ago, called her the Little Cloud. Arabs marked her in star charts. You're looking at what they saw. Through centuries and millennia, Andromeda is moving toward us very slowly. She's approaching the Milky Way at about 100 kilometers per second. It sounds fast, but because the distance is so immense, she'll reach us in about 4 billion years. That's so far ahead the sun will have changed, Earth will have changed, and we can't imagine what life will be. Some things happen on a timescale so grand they aren't about us or now. The meeting of two galaxies is a dance. When Andromeda and the Milky Way finally touch, it will be a slow gravitational dance. The distances between stars are so vast they'll mostly pass by like two clouds of mist. Only a smooth intertwining, a beautiful choreography of gravity. The galaxies will embrace for billions of years, forming a new, even lovelier shape. Like two streams blending quietly, naturally, harmoniously. In Andromeda, new stars are born. Right now, somewhere in the spiral arms, clouds of gas and dust are folding, tightening, heating, and a new star is being born. This happens all the time, quietly, patiently. The galaxy breathes with stars, like a forest breathes with trees. Some fade, others ignite. Life keeps going. The cycle doesn't stop. The universe is alive, creating, continuing. Andromeda is wrapped in a quiet halo. Surrounding the visible galaxy is a huge invisible halo of dark matter and old stars. It reaches much farther than the bright spiral arms, like an unseen cocoon holding everything together. This halo is calm, slow, almost nothing happens there. It's the quiet outskirts of a big city where time moves more gently. The stars there are old, peaceful, they've lived their lives and just exist. In the center of Andromeda is quiet balance. At its heart is a supermassive black hole, but it's asleep. It doesn't actively pull in material or emit intense energy. It's just there, silent, stable, holding the galaxy's center with gravity, like an old wise guardian who no longer fights but sits and keeps the balance. The center of Andromeda is order, everything in its place. The spiral arms are waves. Andromeda's arms don't turn like solid things. These are waves of density moving slowly through the galaxy, like ripples on water. Stars enter an arm, shine brighter because there's more gas for new stars to emerge, then exit on the other side. The arms are always there, but the stars inside them are always changing. It's like a line that moves, but the people in it are new. Andromeda has satellites. Circling her are several smaller companion galaxies, like children around a mother. They're small, quiet, loyal. Some are dwarf elliptical galaxies, others are irregular clouds of stars. They've followed Andromeda for billions of years, always nearby, bound by gravity and history. A family, a group of galaxies traveling through space together. No one is alone. Andromeda's light is older than humanity. When you look at Andromeda, you see her as she was 2.5 million years ago. Back then, on Earth, there were no people in the modern sense. Early ancestors were just beginning to use tools. The light now in your eye left then, traveled through emptiness ever since, and here it is. You're seeing deep, serene, ancient history. She exists independently of us. Andromeda does not know about us. She doesn't care we're here on a tiny planet looking up. She exists on her own, turning, birthing stars, living her life for billions of years. And this is comforting. Not everything is about us. Not everything depends on us. Some grand things simply exist, beautiful, indifferent. This eases the burden. We can just watch and wonder. The ancient Greeks named her after a princess. The galaxy is named for Andromeda, daughter of an Ethiopian king in Greek myth. The legend says she was chained to a rock, then rescued by the hero Perseus. The gods placed her in the sky as a constellation, with her rescuer nearby. The galaxy sits in this constellation and bears her name. It's a story of rescue, love, a happy ending. Even in the name, hope is woven. Persians called her the little cloud. Persian astronomers 1,000 years ago saw Andromeda, wrote her down as a small nebula. They didn't know it was a galaxy, thought it was just a cloud in our sky. But they noticed her, named her, recorded her. It shows you don't need to understand what you see to appreciate beauty. Knowledge comes later. Wonder is always available. Charles Messier included her in his catalog. In the 18th century, the French astronomer Charles Messier listed blurry objects in the sky. Andromeda became object number 31, M31. He didn't know it was a galaxy, thought it was a nebula in the Milky Way. But he noted it, wrote it, passed it down. We still use that name. His work is a chain of knowledge connecting centuries. Edwin Hubble proved it's a separate galaxy. American astronomer Edwin Hubble measured the distance to Andromeda, showing it was far outside the Milky Way, a separate island of stars in space. This discovery
Welcome to the
changed
quiet
our view
space
of
of
the
our
universe.
community,
It's much
where
larger
sleepy
than we
stories
imagined.
live.
It brought
Maybe
awe.
it's been
We
a
aren't
long
alone.
day, or
Around
perhaps
us are
you just
countless
love
other
falling
worlds,
asleep with thoughts
other
about
galaxies.
distant space.
Andromeda
instead of
spins
counting
around her
elephants.
center.
Today we'll
Like our own
gently travel
galaxy,
from our small
Andromeda
planet
turns
to the Milky
slowly.
Way and
Stars
beyond,
on the edges
into
make
the
a
vast
full orbit
structure of
over
the
hundreds
universe,
of millions
where
of
galaxies
years.
are connected
It's
in
a slow,
threads,
majestic
walls,
waltz
and
that
invisible
never
webs
stops.
of dark matter.
Each star moves
You
in
don't
its
need
own
to do
path,
anything right
but
now.
all together
Just
create the
settle
spiral,
in comfortably.
harmony.
Let your breathing
The galaxy
slow
isn't
down.
fixed,
Let
it's
your
a living
thoughts
system
soften,
breathing in
and
motion.
your body become light, as
There
if
are
gravity
blue
has
giant
loosened its grip.
stars. Inside
We'll go
Andromeda,
slowly,
bright young
gently,
blue stars, massive,
just one
hot,
sleepy fact
intense,
at a time,
live faster
leaving
than our
everything
Sunday.
else beyond
Their
the
light is
boundaries of this
incredibly
night.
strong.
And
Blue
before we
means
begin,
temperature. These
if
stars
quiet
burn at
journeys
tens
help
of
you
thousands of
relax and
degrees on the
gently end
surface.
your day,
They're scattered
please
through the
tap
spiral
the like
arms,
button and subscribe
making
to
contrast
the channel.
with old yellow
It helps
stars in the
others find
center.
their way here too.
The galaxy
as
is a
if one
palette
by
of
one we're
colors,
lighting
each
nighttime
telling its
beacons
own
of calm.
story.
And now,
Red
settle in
stars live in
comfortably
the center.
and let's begin. We
The
live
core
on a
of
small
Andromeda
sphere
holds old
with a
red
diameter
stars.
just over 12,000
They long ago
kilometers.
used up most of their
If
fuel.
you imagine
Cool,
Earth as a grain
grown
of sand,
calm.
then even our
Red
solar
means
system
warmth,
becomes a small
softness,
neighborhood
maturity.
in a gigantic cosmic
These stars
city.
have lived billions
This
of years
doesn't
and now
diminish our
simply
significance,
exist,
but
shining
rather
with gentle
adds
light.
a sense of
The
freedom.
center is home to
We're
veterans,
part of something
those
very
who finished their
large
journey
and
and
peaceful.
now rest. There
Now,
are globular
let's
clusters.
look at exactly how these
Circling
immense
Andromeda
distances
are
measured.
hundreds of globular
An
clusters,
astronomical
dense
unit
balls
is the
with
average
hundreds
distance
of
from
thousands
Earth
of
to the
old
Sun.
stars.
It equals
They
approximately
look like little shining
150
beads around
million
the galaxy.
kilometers.
These
But it's more
clusters are
convenient for
ancient,
us to think of
among
it
the
as one
first
step
structures
outside
formed
the
after
house
the
on the
galaxy's
scale
birth.
of the solar
They've
system.
endured billions of
All
years.
the planets move
Remember
as if on
Andromeda's
rings
youth.
around a lantern,
Witnesses
and these
to
rings are
history.
conveniently
Dusty
measured in
bands
exactly
make dark
such
stripes.
steps.
Across
And then
Andromeda
comes a
run
unit
dark
that's
bands,
suitable not for
emptiness,
planets,
but cosmic
but for
dust.
interstellar distances.
It blocks the light of
A
stars
light
behind,
year is the distance
making
that light
contrast.
travels in 1 year
Dust is
through
made
the
of tiny
void.
grains of carbon,
Light is very fast,
silicon,
but even it needs
ice
years
born
to
in
pass from
atmospheres
one
of old
star to
stars,
another.
thrown
You can
into
imagine this
space,
as a thin
now
thread
drifting,
that someone
waiting
pulls
to
through
be
the
pressed
darkness,
into new clouds
very
to
slowly
make more
unwinding
stars.
a ball of yarn.
Dust is not the end, but the beginning. Andromeda has a double core. At the center, astronomers found two bright knots of stars circling each other. For years, it was thought there were two black holes, but turns out one black hole sits at center, and around it a ring of stars moves so fast it creates the illusion of two centers. It's an optical effect, a game of light and motion. The galaxy can fool the eye, make mysteries. There are stars older than our Sunday. Some stars in Andromeda are more than 10 billion years old. Our sun is only 5 billion. These elders formed when the universe was young, when galaxies were just coming together. They have seen the birth of billions of other stars, survived change and evolution. They're elders, keepers of memory, quiet witnesses to eternity. New stars are born in clouds of gas. Huge hydrogen clouds lie scattered in Andromeda's spiral arms, cold, dark, almost invisible. When part of a cloud compresses under its own weight, it heats up and a new star ignites. This is happening right now in the galaxy's depths. Star birth is a quiet, slow process stretching over millions of years. The galaxy never stops creating. Andromeda moves through space. The galaxy doesn't stand still. She flies through the universe at about 300 kilometers per second relative to the cosmic microwave background, like a giant ship crossing the space ocean. We're on our ship, they on theirs, both slowly approaching each other. It's a journey lasting billions of years, and we're part of it. There are planets inside. Even though we can't see them because of distance, astronomers are sure Andromeda holds billions of planets. Worlds orbit stars, rocky, gaseous, cold, hot. Some like Earth, others completely different. There may be oceans, mountains, atmospheres, clouds. Maybe somewhere someone looks at their own Milky Way thinking what you think now. She's visible from the southern hemisphere. Andromeda isn't just a northern sight. From moderate southern latitudes, she can be seen too, just lower on the horizon. People in Australia, South Africa, South America see the same galaxy. This connects us wherever you are on Earth. You can spot this faint glow, this distant starry home. She's highest in the sky in fall. For northern latitudes, fall is best for viewing Andromeda. She climbs high above the horizon. The constellation is easy to find. September, October, November nights grow longer, darker. The galaxy glows overhead. It's a generous sky, a universe open for wonder. The Hubble telescope captured her in detail. The Space Telescope made the most detailed photo ever. Over 100 million individual stars visible. It's the largest, clearest mosaic of a distant galaxy ever made. When you look at that photo, you understand each spot of light is a star, maybe with planets, with stories. The scale is overwhelming but soothing. The universe is big enough for everything. She's made of a disk and bulge. Andromeda has a flat disk where the spiral arms turn, and a central bulge where old stars gather. This structure is typical of spiral galaxies. Disk means youth, motion, new stars. Bulge means age, peace, stability. Both coexist, complement each other. The galaxy is the balance of past and future. Dark matter holds her together. Visible stars and gas aren't enough to explain how she turns. Something unseen adds mass, holds the galaxy together. That's dark matter, mysterious substance, not shining but with gravity. It surrounds the galaxy with an invisible halo, like a frame keeping the shape. We can't see it, but we know it's there. The universe is full of mysteries, and that's wonderful. She holds more metals than us. Astronomers call all elements heavier than hydrogen and helium metals. Andromeda has more metals than the Milky Way, meaning more generations of stars lived and died, enriching the galaxy with heavy elements. Each star that dies puts carbon, oxygen, iron into space. Andromeda is older, more experienced, richer in material for new worlds. The local group is our family. Andromeda and the Milky Way are in the local group, about 70 galaxies bound by gravity. We all move together slowly through space, keeping close. There are big galaxies, dwarfs, irregular clouds of stars. It's a cosmic family where everyone has a place. And there's peace. We are not alone. We are part of something bigger. The Triangulum Galaxy is the third member. Near Andromeda and the Milky Way is another spiral, the Triangulum. Smaller, quieter, also part of our group. Three big spirals dance together, surrounded by smaller companions. A trio making the group's center. Each galaxy is unique, but together they create harmony. She shines in all wavelengths. Andromeda glows not just in visible light. She emits radio waves, infrared rays, X-rays. Each wavelength tells a story. Infrared shows warmth from dust. X-rays hot remains of star explosions. The galaxy is multifaceted. She talks to us in many languages of light. We learn to listen to all her voices to understand her fully. The gas is cold. Between the stars is thin, cold gas just a few degrees above absolute zero. Its hydrogen simple, quiet, waiting for gravity to pull it into denser clouds where new stars will be born. This gas is storage for the future, a promise that the galaxy will live and make more for a long time. Planetary nebulae decorate the galaxy. When stars like our Sun reach their end, they shed their outer layers, making bright planetary nebulae. They glow in green, blue, red, pretty, delicate, short-lived. After a few tens of thousands of years, they fade, but for now they decorate, like flowers in a cosmic garden. Magnetic fields thread through the galaxy. Andromeda has a faint but vast magnetic field stretching along the spiral arms, following the gas. It shapes star formation and the motion of charged particles. We can't see it, but it's there, an invisible web organizing matter. The galaxy isn't just stars. It's a system of forces and fields. The rotation speed tells her mass. By measuring how fast stars rotate at different distances, astronomers estimate the galaxy's mass. Andromeda is more massive than once thought. Most is dark matter, invisible but real. The rotation is like a language the galaxy uses to tell us about herself. We listen and learn. There may be intermediate black holes. Besides the supermassive one at center, Andromeda may hide black holes heavier than dead stars but lighter than central giants. They hide in globular clusters or wander. It's hard to find them because they don't shine, but their gravity affects nearby stars. Another riddle waiting for solution. The spiral arms are density waves. The arms form not because matter collects in one place and stays. These are waves of density turning more slowly than stars. Stars enter, slow down. Gas compresses. New stars are born. Then everything leaves on the other side. Arms aren't objects but processes, patterns that repeat. The galaxy is music written in space. She has streams in the halo. Astronomers found thin streams of stars in Andromeda's halo, traces of little galaxies that were swallowed. These streams stretch hundreds of thousands of light years, like ghostly threads in the dark. They tell a story. Andromeda grew by taking in smaller galaxies, but their stars remain as memories. The galaxy is a palimpsest, a story written in layers. She glows in infrared. Dust absorbs young starlight and emits it again in infrared. In this light, the spiral arms look bright where stars are born. Infrared telescopes see warmth, life, hidden from our eyes. Every kind of vision reveals new beauty. Some stars have few metals. Some stars in Andromeda are poor in heavy elements, born when the galaxy was young, the universe not yet enriched. These stars are witnesses to earlier times, bearers of information about the galaxy's youth. simpler, more ancient, but still beautiful. They show where it all began. Cosmic rays stream through the galaxy. High-energy particles fly through Andromeda, hit gas atoms, make showers of secondary particles. An invisible rain of energy that never stops. It shapes the chemistry between stars, helps molecules form. The galaxy bathes in a current of energy from remote sources. She shows asymmetry in her structure. Andromeda isn't perfectly symmetrical. One spiral arm is thicker and brighter than the other, maybe from a past encounter with a companion galaxy. Imperfections make her unique, alive. Perfection can be boring, but in imperfection, you find character, story, individuality. Stars form double and triple systems. Many stars in Andromeda aren't alone. They orbit in pairs or threes, bound by gravity, dancing together for billions of years, sharing light, warmth, story. Cosmic partners who never part. Even in vastness, there's company, there's connection. Neutron stars spin incredibly fast. Remnants of massive
And we can
stars,
already look at
neutron
what's at the
stars
ends
in
of these
Andromeda
threads,
spin
our
hundreds
nearest
of times a
stars.
second. Tiny,
The closest star to
dense,
us after
powerful.
the Sun is
Some emit
Proxima
regular
Centauri,
radio pulses,
about
pulsars.
4
These are precise like
change
clocks.
light years away.
Neutron stars are
And the
cosmic
nearest large
lighthouses
galaxy
ticking
is
moments
Andromeda,
of eternity.
and its light
The
travels
galaxy
to us
gives
for
birth
over
to
2.5
gravitational
million
waves.
years.
When two
We see
neutron
it as it
stars
was
or
when
black
humans
holes
didn't even
merge,
exist on Earth
they make
yet.
waves
And
in
this is just
space-time
the beginning of the
gravitational
journey
waves.
outward. Further on, the structure
These move
becomes
through the
even more
universe at
amazing.
light speed,
Take a slow
carrying
breath
stories
in
of their
and
birth.
an equally slow
Andromeda
breath out.
sends out
Imagine
these
that
waves
with
too
each
quiet,
exhale you're floating
invisible.
away from Earth a little further.
Space breathes,
But at the same
ripples,
time, you
lives.
feel safe, as if in a soft
Organic
boat.
molecules drift
Galaxies
in
are
space.
rarely completely
Between stars
alone
and
by
Andromeda,
themselves.
astronomers
They gather
find
in clusters
complex organic
and clusters
molecules,
into superclusters,
alcohols,
which stretch for
aldehydes,
hundreds
ammonia.
of millions of light years.
They form in cold clouds
If you look
as
at
atoms
these scales,
unite on
the
dust-grained
universe
surfaces.
resembles a
These
three-dimensional
molecules
web
are building
where
blocks of
galaxies
life.
are beads
They
on
show the
thin
universe's
threads.
chemistry is rich,
And we live in one of
varied,
these beads,
ready for
in
wonder.
a quiet corner
The
of this
galaxy emits
cosmic
radio
network.
waves.
The
Radio
largest structures we
telescopes pick up
notice
faint
are
radio from
superclusters of
Andromeda,
galaxies.
from electrons moving
They
in
don't hold
magnetic
together
fields.
as tightly as
Supernova
individual
remnants,
clusters, but they
active
form
star
denser
regions,
sections in this
radio
cosmic
light,
web.
unseen but real.
Our Milky Way is part of
informative.
the local supercluster.
The galaxy speaks
where
on
we're
every
located
frequency.
not in the very
We
center,
learn to listen
but
to
rather
each.
on the quiet
There may be
periphery,
exoplanets
away
with
from
oceans.
overly turbulent
Among
zones.
Andromeda's planets,
It's like
there
living far
statistically
from the
must be
center of a
worlds with
metropolis,
liquid
less
water on their
noise,
surfaces,
more chances for a
oceans,
peaceful life.
clouds.
Between the threads of
rings,
galaxies
all that
lie
makes a
huge,
planet
almost
alive.
empty regions.
We can't see them,
voids,
but know they
cosmic
exist.
emptinesses.
Somewhere
In them
waves
there are
crash
10
on
times
shore.
fewer
Wind
galaxies
moves
than the
clouds,
universe average.
and everything
Imagine
happens without
soap
our
bubble
witness.
foam. Matter
Stars
collects
have
along the
planetary
walls,
systems.
and inside are large
Around many
transparent
Andromeda
cavities.
stars circle
Only
planets,
instead of soap
rocky
foam, there are
worlds,
billions
gas
of
giants,
galaxies here.
icy dwarfs.
And instead of bubbles,
Some
space
systems
spanning
like ours,
hundreds of millions
others
of light
totally
years.
different.
Sometimes
Out there are
threads and
sunrises,
clusters form entire
sunsets,
walls, flat
starlight
structures
falling
of
on alien
enormous
mountains
length.
and plains.
Some of them stretch for hundreds
Each
of
star
millions,
could be a
or
new
even
world,
billions of
a
light
new
years.
story.
There's
Andromeda
the Hercules
is a laboratory
Corona
for
Borealis
galaxy
Great
evolution.
Wall, which occupies
Close
about
enough
a
to
tenth
study
of the
individual
diameter
stars,
of the observable
but far enough to see
universe.
the entire
And
galaxy.
you and I belong
the
to the
perfect
closer
model
wall,
for how
where
galaxies
the Virgo
live
cluster
and grow.
and our
Studying
local
Andromeda
supercluster
answers
of
questions about
galaxies
our home,
lie.
about the Milky
You can
Way.
imagine that you're
She's a
looking
mirror
at these
where we
walls
see
not from
ourselves.
the inside,
There are young
but
open
from afar,
clusters,
like
as
at a
well as
pattern
old
on a
globular
carpet.
ones.
At such
Andromeda
a distance,
hosts groups
everything
of young
looks
stars
smooth
born
and
together.
flowing
They're still
without
gathered,
thread. just
shining
a
blue and
beautiful
white.
structure.
The galaxy's children.
If you take a cube
new
of space
generations
measuring
starting
several
their
hundred
paths,
million light years
dust
on a
scatters
side,
and reflects
it will
light.
contain approximately
Cosmic
the
dust
same
doesn't
number
just
of galaxies,
block, it
clusters,
scatters.
and voids
Blue light
wherever
scatters
we place
more.
this cube.
Red light goes farther.
At such
That's
scales,
why some
the universe
areas
can
look
be
redder
considered
than they are.
homogeneous.
It's
though
not
at
real
smaller
color,
scales,
but the
it's very
result of
patchy
light
and
passing
uneven.
through dust.
This gives a
The
sense of
galaxy wears a
stability.
veil, changing
In
her
the big
look.
picture,
A
the view
lunar
is
eclipse can help
approximately
you
the
see
same
her.
everywhere.
When the moon
And
passes
it's
into
precisely
Earth's
against
shadow
this
at
background
eclipse,
of
the
uniformity
sky
that
darkens.
special structures
Andromeda
are clearly
becomes
visible.
clearer.
Walls,
A rare
threads,
chance
and
to
our
see the galaxy in good conditions.
Some walls are so
even when
large
the moon
that they
usually
exceed the
glows.
scales
An
predicted by
eclipse is a
standard
gift when the
cosmological
night
models.
unveils its secrets.
They seem to tell us
Andromeda
the theory
reminds
is good,
us of our
but we
place
need
in
to
the
tweak
universe.
the details a bit more.
Looking at that faraway galaxy,
One such
you
structure is
sense your
tens of
smallness,
times
but
larger
you're
than
part
the
of something
sizes where,
enormous.
according to
Your
theory,
worries
the
fade
universe
next to
should
such
already be
scales.
completely averaged out.
But you are special.
This isn't
you
cause
can
for
see,
fear, but rather an
understand,
invitation.
wonder.
Space still holds mysteries
We are the
for us.
universe's awareness.
The modern picture
looking at
says,
itself.
in the early
Andromeda
universe,
isn't
matter
just a
was
spot
very
in the
uniform,
sky. It's a
with
reminder
barely
of beauty,
noticeable ripples
scale,
in density.
and wonder.
This
She
ripple
will
was
shine for
reflected in the
billions of
brightness of the
years.
cosmic microwave
Andromeda will
background
keep glowing
radiation,
for a very,
quiet
very
glow
long
that
time.
fills space.
Even after merging with
Over
the Milky
time,
Way,
gravity
she won't
gradually
vanish,
pulled
but
together
will
the
become
denser
part of a
areas,
new galaxy.
and they grew,
Stars
forming
will keep
first
living,
small clumps,
turning,
then galaxies, and then
the
clusters.
life of a galaxy is
Like
measured
from
not
barely
in millions,
noticeable
but in
waves on
billions
water,
of years.
a large,
This is
peaceful
patience,
pattern is gradually
stability,
born.
promise
For this
the
structure
future.
to grow so quickly
Every star
over
is a story.
13 to
In that
14
distant galaxy,
billion
each
years,
star has its fate.
ordinary matter alone isn't
Some
enough.
formed billions of
That's
years
why
ago.
cosmologists
Others just
introduce
now.
dark matter,
Some are
invisible
alone,
substance
some in
that
pairs.
doesn't shine and
Some
doesn't
calm,
reflect light,
some
but
explosive.
has gravity.
Every star
You
has
can
lived
imagine
or
it
is living
as
a
an
life
invisible
unique,
framework to which
unrepeatable.
ordinary gas
Andromeda
sticks,
is not
and then
simply a
stars
cluster
are
of
born
light,
in it.
but billions
Without
of
this
individual
invisible
tales
foundation,
unfolding
the
together.
universe would remain
She
almost
teaches us
empty,
patience.
without galaxies,
Light travels
and
for
without
millions
us.
of years.
Take another slow breath in.
Processes stretch billions
You can
of
imagine
years.
that all dark matter is
Nothing
simply a
happens
soft
fast.
pillow on which stars
This
are
is a
scattered.
lesson in slowness.
They lie peacefully.
grandeur,
Nothing
and
is
time.
rushing anywhere.
In a world
Everything
that moves
unfolds
ever
on
quicker,
incredibly long
Andromeda
time
reminds
scales.
us some things
Dark
cannot
matter
be
is
hurried.
judged not by light, but
Beauty
by how
is
it
born in
curves
waiting.
trajectories.
Long processes,
Galaxies rotate
slow
as if they
ripening.
have more mass than
She
can
is
be
part
seen
of our
from the
future.
stars and gas.
In billions
And
of
gravitational
years,
lensing,
Andromeda
when massive
and the Milky
clusters
Way will
curve the
become
path
one.
of light from distant
That's
galaxies,
not an end, but
shows
the start of a new era.
the mass there is as if
The
several
new
times
galaxy
greater.
will be larger,
This is like
richer,
a
more
transparent
beautiful.
glass object.
Someone living
You don't
then
see it
will see a
directly,
different
but
sky,
you understand
not
it's
two
there by how
galaxies,
it
but
distorts
one
the image
majestic
behind
structure.
it. Dark
The
matter
future,
helps galaxies hold
full of
together.
possibility.
Without it, stars
When
and
you stand in the
spirals would
dark
have
and
long
look at
ago
that
flown
faint
apart
patch
in
of
different
light,
directions.
you feel the silence.
It's like invisible
No
glue
hurry,
that gently
no
holds
noise.
everything together.
Just you,
not compressing,
the dark sky,
but not allowing
and
it
that
to
faraway
scatter.
galaxy.
And thanks to this,
It's a moment of pause,
our Milky Way remains a
reflection,
peaceful home
calm.
for billions of stars.
Andromeda
and
asks
for you
nothing,
and me.
simply exists.
We live
and
approximately
that's enough.
26,000 light years
She reminds
from the
us
galactic
sometimes
center.
the best thing to do
This
is
is a
simply
distant
look
suburban
and breathe.
district of the spiral
Now,
disk
as you fall
in one
asleep,
of the arms.
as your thoughts quiet.
There's less harsh radiation
Imagine
here.
you are
Fewer
sitting
chaotic
somewhere in a
collisions
dark
and
valley,
explosions than closer
far
to
from
the center.
cities, far
You
from
could
noise.
say we live in a quiet
Night is
outskirt of
deep,
a large
clear,
stellar city.
transparent.
And it's precisely because
Air
of
is
this
cool,
that life has
still.
a chance to be
The
stable.
world holds its breath.
Try to feel
Above
what it's
you
like to
hangs the
live in a
sky,
quiet district
dark
of a
and boundless.
huge galaxy.
Between
Like
a
your
thousand
house stands on a
stars
quiet
is a faint
street,
misty patch,
far from the
quiet,
highway where it's
gentle,
always noisy.
humble.
In the center
That's
of our
Andromeda.
galaxy, there's a
A whole galaxy glowing across millions of years of space. You look, and time slows. No yesterday. No tomorrow, just this moment. The light touching your eye set out before humans appeared. It traveled through space, through silence, through darkness, not hurrying. And now it's here, right now, just for you. Your breath steadies, slows, calms. Inhale, the sky spreads. Exhale, the world is lighter. Thoughts dissolve like cosmic dust. All that's left is quiet. Andromeda doesn't call or demand. She just is grand, calm, patient. She existed long before us and will exist for billions of years after. She saw stars born, worlds die, slow dances of time, and you are part of this, small but real. Your heart beats in the rhythm of the universe. You're linked to light that came through ages. You're not lost. You're not alone. May your sleep be deep and clear. May it be wide as cosmic space and quiet as Andromeda's distant halo. May your dreams float slowly like spiral arms, soft, boundless. Remember, somewhere up there, high above you, a galaxy glows through centuries, and this world isn't foreign to you. It's near, always. Sleep peacefully, sleep deeply, under the silence of space, under light that traveled millions of years to you, under Andromeda's gaze. Good night.